Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated to a degree.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what was going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky shit. Like all of the stuff that
50 Cent has just reignited the feud, taking another sharp jab at T.I, and this time he's pulling him into Diddy's spiraling scandal. Word on the street is that T.I might have been one of Diddy's so-called special guests at those notorious freak-off parties. The whole situation blew up when Clem, Jeezy's ex-right-hand man, started spilling some jaw-dropping tea. He didn't just hint at T.I being at those infamous gatherings, he outright claimed that T.I was deeply involved in that scene. Up until now, T.I had managed to avoid getting tangled in the drama surrounding Diddy, but that streak is over. And guess who's making sure he doesn't get off easy? That's right, 50 Cent. These two have had a long-running beef, but this time, 50 has taken it to another level. He's not just bringing back old snitching allegations against T.I, he's unearthing receipts that show how close T.I and Diddy were back in the day. Suddenly, everyone's wondering just how tight these two really were. Is 50 gearing up to expose T.I.'s past in his upcoming Diddy documentary series? It's looking like things are about to get very messy. And just when T.I thought he had dodged the fallout from Diddy's controversies, Clem came out swinging. Clem didn't hold back, calling out celebrities who act like they're above it all when they were actually neck-deep in Diddy's wild escapades. But here's the kicker. Clem isn't dealing in hearsay. He claims he witnessed it all firsthand. According to Clem, T.I wasn't just an attendee. He was allegedly hosting his own outrageous freak-off sessions. But that's not all. Clem went further, saying he spotted T.I at one of Diddy's infamous robe parties. And wait until you hear what Clem says happened next. Let's just say it wasn't the kind of tea anyone expected to spill. But Clem didn't stop with T.I. Oh no, he dropped another jaw-dropping revelation. Back in the day, it wasn't just Diddy throwing those wild, over-the-top gatherings. It was actually Big Meech himself. That's right, Big Meech, a name that carries serious weight. So now you've got Diddy, T.I, and Big Meech all tied together in one scandalous web. And of course, 50 Cent isn't letting any of this slide without commentary. But here's the twist. This time, 50 isn't just trolling on Instagram or posting cryptic memes. He's working behind the scenes, moving in silence, carefully setting up his next big move. Word has it, he's been gathering intel, building a case for his upcoming Netflix docuseries. And if the buzz is to be believed, this project, reportedly called Did He Do It?, isn't just a straightforward documentary. Insiders say it's shaping up to be a bold, no-holds-barred exposé that could send shockwaves through the entire industry. Why? Because according to those close to 50, this doc isn't merely about Diddy. It's also a long-awaited revenge play. It's rumored to be a platform where 50 can finally air his grievances, expose past wrongs, and settle scores that have been brewing for years. In this explosive series, it's not just Diddy's name getting dragged through the mud. If Clem's claims hold any weight, and if 50's documentary delivers on the hype, this is a drama the entire industry and its fans won't be able to ignore. T.I faced charges that could have easily landed him behind bars for 20 years, but what followed defied expectations. Instead of the heavy prison sentence many anticipated, he appeared in a public service announcement, urging people to do their part and stop crime. That unexpected turn of events didn't sit well with 50 Cent. He never let it go. And now, years later, it looks like 50 is ready to blow the whole thing wide open. That infamous Crime Stoppers ad was a major sticking point in the rap world. For many, it felt like a betrayal of the code. It wasn't long before T.I was hit with the snitch label from all sides. And who was first in line to call him out? None other than 50 Cent. 50 took his shots publicly, lacing his lyrics with cutting references. On G-Unit's track, You So Tough, 50 famously rapped, "Get knocked with 10 machine guns, only get 12 months. Oh, we don't talk to him, you talk to them." And then he went in even harder. "I got the best lawyers money can buy. They said they would have got me 10, maybe 9. I said, how you explain how homie breeze? They said, keep your mouth shut or you eat the cheese." These lines weren't just casual disses. They reflected what the streets had been whispering for years. How did T.I manage to avoid a heavy sentence for such serious? It was a bombshell moment that instantly tarnished T.I.'s reputation, but it didn't stop there. T.I was already a convicted felon, which meant he was legally barred from owning or even handling those firearms. Yet, after pleading guilty, the punishment he received left many scratching their heads. Instead of a long stint in prison, T.I. was sentenced to a relatively light penalty: 1 year of house arrest, 1,500 hours of community service, and a short prison term. For the rap community, this leniency raised all kinds of red flags. 50 Cent didn't let the questions go unanswered. He turned up the heat, using his music as a platform to air the doubts everyone was harboring. As 50's lyrics and public comments kept the narrative alive, T.I.'s reputation continued to take hits. The streets and the music world couldn't help but wonder what really went down behind the scenes, and the streets devoured it. You So Tough wasn't just a diss track, it was a signal flare, a pointed warning shot. In the song, 50 Cent cleverly highlighted what everyone had been whispering: that even with the best legal defense money could buy, someone in T.I.'s position should have been looking at a minimum of 9 or 10 years behind bars. Instead, T.I. walked away with a deal so light, it seemed almost too good to be true. Naturally, this raised eyebrows, and 50 wasn't shy about throwing shade, implying that T.I. might have made some sort of trade to secure such a cushy sentence. When asked in interviews if the track was about T.I., 50 played it coy. He never mentioned names directly, instead leaving it up to the public to figure out. But really, who needed confirmation? The dots were easy to connect. Even without explicitly calling T.I. out, it was clear who 50 was targeting. Around the same time, T.I. was also questioned about the track. Surprisingly, he didn't explode. Instead, he kept it calm and even seemed to extend a bit of goodwill, suggesting that perhaps 50's words had been misunderstood. But let's be real, T.I. wasn't in any position to fire back with full force. The feds were still watching him, and he knew better than to fan the flames while he was already under their scrutiny. But drama like this never stays buried for long. Fast forward to 2020, and T.I.'s infamous Crime Stoppers PSA resurfaced. Just as the internet was in full roast mode over Tekashi 6ix9ine highly publicized racketeering case, 50 couldn't resist the opportunity to stir the pot once more. He hopped on social media, posting, "The first song I'm gonna play is You So Tough." To drive the point home, he included both the track and a clip from T.I.'s PSA in the same post, rekindling old flames and reigniting the feud. Did T.I. stay silent? Absolutely not. He fired back quickly, diving straight into the comments to defend himself. T.I. vehemently denied ever cooperating with law enforcement to lock anyone up. He didn't just deny snitching, he made it a point to challenge the entire narrative. T.I.'s clapback wasn't just a defense, it was a counterattack. Along with his denial, he hinted that 50 Cent might not be as squeaky clean as he liked to appear. "The video clip is cute," T.I. wrote, calling it in poor taste but cute. Then he doubled down with a bold statement. "I've never given any information to any form of law enforcement to get nobody no time for no crime, ever." With that, the feud reignited, and the lingering questions about who really played what role in the past came bubbling back to the surface. Neither side was backing down, and the public was left to wonder, who was really telling the truth? T.I. wasn't about to let 50 Cent have the last word. When 50 posted his jab on Instagram, T.I. quickly flipped it back on him. He shared the post on his own account with a fiery caption that turned the whole situation into yet another opportunity to challenge 50. T.I. wrote, "I'll take this as an acceptance of this catalog challenge. We got him. He bit the bait. Set this ish up so I can finally shut this watermelon head, invisible neck ninja up once and for all." But T.I. didn't stop there. He circled back to those persistent snitching rumors, shutting them down once again. "As far as this clip goes, it's cute, old, outdated, and in poor taste, much like your catalog 50 Cent, he fired off. Ouch. T.I. wasn't just joking around, he was doubling down on his denial. "I've never given any information to any form of law enforcement at any time in my life to get anybody time for any crime," he wrote. Then, in a mic drop moment, T.I. said something that made waves. "Supreme told me to ask 50 Cent if he can say the same." It was a pointed question, designed to turn the tables and leave the audience wondering if 50 had skeletons in his closet too. And just to drive the point home, T.I. finished with one more punch. "Let's set this date. Pick your songs off that one hot album you got, and let's lay your little overrated, outdated, steroid-inflated catalog to rest. R.I.P. to 50 Cent's catalog." T.I didn't stop there, though. He called out 50's past behavior in New York, writing, "I seen you bully all them NY ninjas for years. We not the same, King." It was a bold statement, showing T.I wasn't intimidated by 50's reputation. To cap it all off, he added the hashtag #BringMeTheBully, making it clear he was ready for a showdown. It wasn't long before T.I took to Instagram Live, joining comedian Kelly K-Dub Walker to set the record straight yet again. In the live session, he focused entirely on denying the snitching rumors and defending his name. T.I wasn't just trying to win an argument, he was working hard to protect his reputation and prove that the rumors were nothing more than baseless chatter. About a week later, 50 Cent finally broke his silence and fired back in true 50 fashion. He reposted a clip from one of T.I.'s interviews, though he eventually took it down. In the post, 50 had plenty to say, claiming, "This was a week ago. This ninja was backstage telling me about some comedy show he working on." It was a classic 50 move, mixing shade with humor and keeping the feud alive. It was already heated, but 50 Cent's latest message took the tension to a whole new level. "I don't like all this kind of ish," he wrote. "Wouldn't be a good idea to come around me again. Respectfully, stay away from me." While 50's warning seemed serious enough, things were about to get even more dramatic. In the wake of the tragic death of King Von, who was killed along with 2 others in Atlanta on November 6, 2020, T.I posted a message that quickly ignited controversy. His words were intended to call for peace, but the timing and tone struck a nerve. "Atlanta is a beautiful, progressive city filled with Black excellence," T.I wrote. "We uplift each other and win together. Stop coming here to kill each other. That is played out." He even added a pointed caption, "Handle your beefs in your city. Thanks in advance, King." Instead of sparking reflection, the post triggered a backlash. Many saw it as a jab, and the criticism came fast and fierce. King Von's sister, Kayla, was particularly upset. She shared her thoughts on Instagram, making it clear she felt T.I.'s comments were disrespectful. Her words were sharp. That same energy he always got for jumping in other people's business, he need to put that into making things right with his own daughter. "No way is my brother." Kayla didn't stop there. She directed her frustration straight at 50 Cent, writing, "50 Cent, get on his aid." That got 50's attention quickly. True to form, 50 didn't hold back. His response was blunt and deadly serious. Addressing T.I directly, 50 wrote, "You gotta chill. You bugging for even saying anything. There's casualties involved. This is real life. I don't know what you was thinking, but rethink it. They hurting right now. That boy was their way out, and I bet you don't even realize they might kill you over what you just said. What hood you from again? Come on, man. It's quiet time now." 50's message wasn't just a typical social media clapback. It was a stern warning, one that underlined how high the stakes had become. T.I, perhaps realizing the gravity of the situation, decided to step back from the spotlight. For a moment, the drama subsided, but the tension in the air remained thick. It got real quiet for a minute. But come on, let's be honest, T.I was never going to stay silent forever. Then the Hollywood rumors started swirling. Word on the street was that T.I had been just inches away from securing a major role in one of 50 Cent's Hit Power spin-offs. It seemed like a career-changing opportunity, but allegedly, T.I blew it. The reason? He reportedly couldn't resist taking shots at 50, even while negotiating the deal. When the whispers spread, T.I was quick to push back. He denied that his ongoing feud with 50 had anything to do with losing the role. According to Tip, the whole story was exaggerated. But let's not forget, 50 has a well-earned reputation for holding grudges, and when it comes to pettiness, he's got it down to a science. It wouldn't be surprising if the drama between them played a role, whether directly or indirectly, in the Hollywood fallout. Right now, things appear to have settled down. 50 hasn't publicly called out T.I in a while. Unlike his usual social media antics, where he's been known to clown on everyone from Floyd Mayweather to Taylor Mari, 50 has stayed unusually quiet on the T.I front. But if we know anything about 50, it's that he doesn't let sleeping dogs lie. He's a master of the long game, and he doesn't need to shout when he can just wait for the right moment to strike. If the rumored Diddy documentary sees the light of day, it could be a game changer. Don't be surprised if T.I.'s name pops up, alongside damning receipts that could reignite all the old rumors. Could Clem's claims that T.I. was out there hosting his own wild freak-offs hold any truth? And just how close was T.I. to Diddy back in the day? The answers could shake the industry. So what's your take on all of this? Are Clem's allegations the real deal, or is this just another round of gossip fueled by old feuds and clout chasers? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop your opinion in the comments because we're here for all the smoke. And if you're loving this level of drama, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your crew. Hit that notification bell so you won't miss the next jaw-dropping drop. Let us know which scandal you'd like us to uncover next. And trust us, we've got plenty more where this came from. Until next time,